Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire, everyone, in bonnie Scotland. So the snow has largely gone. There's a little bit up on the hill, but it's definitely feeling a lot milder. The wind's dropped back and it's a much nicer day than it was over the last few days. At the moment, just me and my trusty XP Goldmax Power V4. But Mr. Fletch is going to be joining me just shortly for the first time this year. And he's also going to bring his Brazilian silver coin that he found, which he found on the opposite side of the little man-made stream or lade that I found my huge silver crown on. So I'll do a little video for comparison to see how they compare for size and weight, and also for date, because I can't remember what age his silver coin was. I know it was 1800 and something, but I can't remember the date. So we'll have a wee look at that first, and I've only maybe got an hour or so, so we'll see what we can find. Oh, and I forgot to add, I hadn't realised, but I've just had my 1 year YouTube anniversary. So in 12 months, the channel has grown from 0 to I think just over 5,700 subscribers. So a huge thank you. I never thought in a million years that I would have hit 5,700 subscribers. So to hit it in 12 months and to have my 1 year anniversary or 1 year birthday is incredible. So thanks very much for everyone, much appreciated. Let's see if we can go and find some treasures once we've had a look at the Brazilian and the George III silver coins. Well everyone, it's the moment of truth. Here is the beautiful big Georgius III, by the grace of God, King of the Britons, Defender of the Faith, silver crown that I found the other day, dated 1819, which is the year before George died. On the reverse, we have got Saint George slaying the dragon, and you've got the motto of the Knights of the Garter around the edge, and I've forgotten what it says on this edge. I think it says something about his 59th year rule or something like that, but anyway, now some of you might remember Mr. Fletch also found a big silver coin, and the question is, whose is bigger? So he found this in the field immediately on the opposite side of the man-made stream from where I found mine, but bizarrely his is Petrus II DG de Gracia Imp, so Imp et Peri Bras Def, so Emperor or King of Brazil. So the most bizarre coin that I think has come off our fields, discovered in Brazil, in Perthshire, but from Brazil, and this is solid silver. It's 1,000 reis or 1,000 reis, something like that. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Oh, in fact, sorry, it's not, it's 2,000. But the question is, it's solid silver, but which is bigger, Fletch's or mine? So let's get them side by side for comparison. Oh, dropped it. Shock horror. Everyone's laughing at me because I'm always dropping stuff. Right, hang on, I'm going to need to edit this video, I think. It's not easy to do with one hand, but there we go. Look at that for 2 coins. They are stunning. Fletch's wins for me. It's the better of the 2 coins, purely because look at the size of the beard that that guy's got. Now, how do they compare for size? And the answer is, they are pretty much identical. I would say the George III is maybe a couple of millimetres wider, but weight wise I would say that they're absolutely identical. And look at that, Each of them weighs about 28 grams, so about an ounce of solid silver. And I think the fact that they're both found very, very close to one another would suggest that there might yet be more to come. Right, let's see what else we can go and find with the old metal detectors. Almost immediately, we've got our first digger. There it is. It is a piece of junk. It's a piece of tin can to get me started. In fact, it's actually tin foil. Can bend it. Damn you, Mr. Kipling. Oh well. Now this one sounded pretty iron, or irony, but 2 for 1. One good find, one bad find. That is an iron, what would you call that? An iron washer. And that looks like a coin. And it is a, well, it's actually not a spendable. It's the current Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, but it is an old pound. £1 coin. Got one of these the other day as well. You've got the coat of arms of the royal family on the back. So you can't spend these anymore, but you can exchange them in the bank. They replaced this pound coin, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. Originally would have been a very bright gold colour, but they're made of, I don't know, some sort of zinc, basically rubbish. And as a result, they don't keep well at all. Probably another 40 years in the ground and this will just be blank. Well, I can't even make a date out, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be sometime in the 1970s or 1980s. But it doesn't bode well for people metal detecting. In fact, there's a date there, 1907 something, I think. But doesn't bode well for people in 500 years or 1,000 years finding our coins, does it? This one didn't sound particularly good in the ground, but sounded better, but I think it's a piece of lead. Oops. That's the spade, sorry, turn that off. I think it's a piece of lead. Is it a lead seal? It is a lead seal, I think. Ha! You beauty. Not had one of these for a while. Right, let's give it a wee rub up and see if we can get some more detail. The back is not in great condition. It's a little bit damaged as well, but the other side isn't too bad. And we have got the usual Russian writing, and this is a lead. Sometimes people call them bag seals, sometimes they call them flax seals. And these would have been attached to bales of flax that were brought over to Perthshire to be milled into linen in the mills. It was a huge industry in Perthshire and Dundee during the 1718 into the middle of the 1900s. I'd actually been doing a little bit of reading about some of the mills in Perthshire, and some of them grew very, very wealthy as a result in the 19th century of the American Civil War, partly because of increased exports to America, but also because there were less exports coming from America to Europe. And as a result, Scotland in particular, Dundee and Perthshire, benefited hugely. And some of the mills started to make an absolute fortune. It was a license to print money. So there you go. One person's misfortune can result in another person's happiness. This one didn't sound particularly amazing, and it's got a lot better once I've got deeper. Not amazing by any means, but down about 10 inches now. I might be digging in the wrong place. Seems to be over to the left a wee bit. I might have missed. Maybe it's a great big silver crown Fingers crossed. Well, I was slightly digging in the wrong place, but it was deep. And it is silver, of a sort. But it is not a silver crown. It is a tin can. I don't know. Blue and white, blue and silver even, maybe Red Bull, who knows. But either way, junk. Very small, I think, whatever it is. Could be a button. I doubt it's a coin, but I haven't had, well, I tell a lie, I've had a almost spendable coin, so that doesn't really count. Let's see if we can get something with a bit of age. It's the moment of truth. The carrot is out somewhere here. Maybe, oh, I see a little bit of green right there. Well, I was right, it's small. Very small. What is that? What is it that? It feels like it's got a bit of weight to it. Could it be bronze? I think it might be bronze. Yeah, it's a bit of weight to it. It looks too heavy to be copper for the size of it. What is it? An ancient relic or a piece of junk? Can't see any detail on it, can't see any decoration. So I think we'll just have to put that in the category of we'll never know. Right, we've got a find right on the surface. Right there. See it popping through. And it is a buckle. It's a D buckle. It's missing its pin. And I suspect this is a piece of horse tack. You can see where the pin would have been, would have dropped in there. And normally when these fell off the horses, it was because the pin or the leather snapped. And often the pin's made of iron, so even if it just fell off with the pin intact, they often just disintegrate in the ground. I don't think it's hugely old. I'm going to guess it looks like it's made of copper alloy. I would guess it's probably sometime in the 1850s through into the 1900s. And this was probably part of a tack or harness that would have been used on a great big Clydesdale horse. You can see it's quite well made, it's quite strong. And they would have been used to, amongst other things, pull the plough. They were the tractors of their day. Let's see if we can find anything else. Again, it's a very faint and seems like a very small signal. I haven't had a button yet, which surprises me because this field normally produces loads of buttons. So maybe we've got our first button. Let's see. I think this will be my last signal of the day. I'm just about back at the car and it's very, very quickly getting dark. I don't know, maybe a button, but let's see. Oh, it is over here. What's that? That's a stone. That isn't it. That isn't it. Right, we've got it here. What is that? That is it right there. It's a thing. Definitely that. We have got ourselves a little lug. Some sort of copper alloy. Oh, it looks like it's been silver gilded at some point. You see that flash of silver still attached? Right. What do we reckon that is then? It looks like a copper alloy. And it's obviously something that's broken off the end here. Let's see if we can see the break, if it is a break. It's almost like a little catch. Not sure on that one. Part of a clothing hook. There's not a lot of thickness to it, so it's not tractor related, you wouldn't think. It's far too thin. To me, that's maybe something of a piece of clothing or such, like some sort of clasp or some sort of leather fitting or something maybe. Either way, we will never know. Well, the sun is setting in the distance on the hills, and that is going to be me for another day. Unfortunately, you can't have silver and hammered and huge George III silver crowns every other video or every video. But you know, I'm happy with that little lead seal and my unspendable pound. And well, as I say, delighted that that's my 1 year birthday and that I've managed 5,700 subscribers. Over the moon with that, and I will see you all on the next dig. Thanks for watching.